In 1987, the original Mega Man was released on NES, and this is one of the most beloved games of all time. Now, what you gotta understand about video games is that they're such a disposable piece of media. And in the case of Mega Man, this game aged like milk. We're talking about tight controls and frustrating level designs, a relic of its era. An era where games were less than an hour long, so what developers did was to make the game extremely difficult so the players spend more time playing the game. Selling Mega Man is really hard, especially when it came in America with this box art. So what really made Mega Man so appealing? The answer is structure. Back in the day, most games were linear. You have to beat level 1 to go to level 2, then level 2 to go to level 3, and so on and so forth. What Mega Man did was to start the game and ask the player, hey, you have 6 levels to choose from, and each level is gonna give you a different tool that you can use to beat the challenges from the other levels. The fun was to strategize, to make routes. That's what made Mega Man so unique among its contemporaries. And the original game received enough success to motivate Capcom to greenlight more sequels. As a result, we ended up getting 6 Mega Man games on the NES, which is a lot of Mega Man games. Now, what you have to understand is that these sequels were really cheap to produce. They reused a lot of assets, but what they ended up doing was really smart. They ended up taking the foundation of the previous entry and improve upon it by adding new mechanics to make the game more fun. But what ended up happening is that when they transitioned from the NES to the SNES, Capcom knew that they have to evolve the franchise to keep it fresh. So what they did was to develop Mega Man X. And this game is awesome. You remember those tight controllers from the NES era? Those are gone. Now you have super precise movement with a dash and a wall jump, and everything is complemented by this really cool and fun level design that takes everything that they learned from the NES era and makes it 100 times better. And the music, oh my god, the music, the rock music that goes like if the original Mega Man aged like milk, Mega Man X aged like wine. This is the point where the franchise started getting complicated. You see, we had 6 games on the NES, and now we had the X series, which is a spiritual sequel of the original franchise, but the Mega Man X gathered enough success to motivate Capcom to greenlight more sequels to it, so we also get 2 more sequels on the SNES. But that was not all, we also got Mega Man 7 on the SNES, so now both the X series and the original series were getting sequels and they were being released on the same console. But that was not all, we were also getting spin-offs like Mega Man Racing, Mega Man the fighting game, Mega Man the first person shooter that it's also a visual novel, and we also had Mega Man Soccer. This is a real game, I'm not making this up, this is not a fan game, this was officially released by Capcom. You can go and play it, just don't buy it secondhand, this is a robbery. But the situation kept getting worse in the late 90s and early 2000s as Capcom was releasing Mega Man games at an extremely fast pace. First of all, the original series and the X series were getting sequels, but that was not all. New series were created to accompany the first 2. We got the Mega Man Legends series, which was not a platformer anymore, but it was a 3D dungeon crawler game that was Zelda-like, and this was supposed to be on the same timeline as the other 2 series, but this one was like many years later after those games. And also these games were extremely funny.
You're too late, Mega Man! Mission complete!
Then we got Mega Man Battle Network, which was released at a time where everyone wanted to be the next Pokemon, so Capcom saw the opportunity and said, oh, what if we made Mega Man Pokemon? And they made this deck building action RPG game that had its own line of toys and anime. And what is so funny about the Mega Man Battle Network series is that this one is its own timeline. This is completely unrelated to the original series. However, these games take a lot of elements from the original series and this X series. And not only that, but the Mega Man Battle Network was so huge in popularity that the Mega Man Battle Network got its own spin-offs. We got a spin-off for the GameCube that was a 2D platformer, what the hell? And then they got another spin-off that was a virtual pet. You know, we love that in this channel. We love our virtual pets.
It ran out of battery. Oh no.
But then Capcom noticed that the character Zero from the Mega Man X series was extremely popular, so Keiji Inafune, the creator of Mega Man.
Hold it!
Hi, it's me from post-production. I noticed while editing that Keiji Inafune is not the creator of Mega Man, he just designed the character of Mega Man. The creator of Mega Man is actually Akira Kitamura. I hope you can forgive me for this mistake. I'll give you a cookie if you do. Thank you. Keiji Inafune, the creator of Mega Man, said, you know, what if I made a 2D platformer that was story focused? And then boom, he created Mega Man Zero, which is a sequel to the X series starred by the character Zero from the Mega Man X series. And this game has a really depressing and dark story. Oh no. And then we got Mega Man CX, which is a sequel to the Zero series, which is now a Metroidvania. And then we got the Mega Man Star Force series, which is now a sequel to the Mega Man Battle Network series, which, let me remind you, is a different timeline from the other games. And Star Force, it's also a game that has a depressing and dark story. Oh no. But then Star Force got a spin-off, which is a first-person shooter. I hope you took notes because this is going to be on the test. Now, what ended up happening is that there were too many Mega Man games being released and people did not want to buy them anymore because the level of quality was inconsistent throughout the releases. You were playing one game that was really fascinating, there was a lot of love and effort put into it, and then you go and play the sequel and it played like this. Capcom was not happy with the decreasing sales of the franchise, and what they did was to cancel a lot of Mega Man projects. Mega Man Legends 3, the triumphant return of the Legends series, that got cancelled. Mega Man Star Force 4, this was supposed to be an adult story, that got cancelled. Mega Man Universe, this secret project that Keiji Inafune has been working on for a while, that got cancelled. And then we have the Mega Man X shooter game. What is this? Who is that? That ain't X. Get the fake it out of here. It was during this time that Keiji Inafune left Capcom and joined another game studio. In this new game studio, Inafune talked about the creation of the spiritual sequel to Mega Man, which would be a project that went back to the roots of the series, taking everything that made these games great during the NES and SNES era. And he announced that this project would be funded by Kickstarter. Fans were excited and they showed a lot of support for this project. The hype was off the roof. Inafune was making his dream game without the limitations of Capcom. The possibilities were endless, and alongside the game there would be also a show releasing. Everything sounded great, the hype was immense, and what was the result? Mighty Number 9, the most disastrous game ever released. What happened with the Mega Man franchise during this Mighty Number 9 money laundering scheme? Nothing happened. Literally. We were not getting new games. All we were getting were collections of old games and crossovers. And at the time, the Mega Man franchise was in a limbo, where Capcom was starting to experiment with different ideas like series and comics, but nothing was really working. And that's how Mega Man entered its first drought. Other Capcom franchises were getting extremely popular. Street Fighter, Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, they were printing money like crazy, but Mega Man was slowly being pushed to the side. Until 2018, when Mega Man 11 was released, and this was huge, a brand new entry on the original series and probably the most ambitious entry yet, as it wanted to modernize the series. That is incredible, and the way they did it, it's really well executed. Mega Man feels the best it ever has. It never feels like the game is cheating you out. Every mistake you make is your fault, except on this level. What the hell they were thinking? But aside from that, it's amazing. And you have a lot of options. You have your arsenal of weapons as always, but you also have these two states, one where you're super powerful and all your attacks are really flashy, and another one where all the enemies move extremely slow. It's amazing. This game, it's incredible. It's a lot of fun, and this game sold extremely well. It's the best-selling Mega Man game up to this date, and that is a huge accomplishment that Mega Man 2 on the NES hold for the longest of times. And now that the franchise has gathered a lot of momentum and interest, you might be wondering what Capcom is doing with it. Nothing? Well, I guess they made a gacha game that got discontinued and then they released an offline version. So yeah, that's another reason why you shouldn't spend hundreds of dollars on gacha games. We also got a few collections, the most notable of them being the Battle Network collection, which sold extremely well too. So yeah, in terms of games, that's all we have got so far. We are in a second Mega Man drought. However, we have got other pieces of Mega Man related media. We got two mangas written by Yushi Kawata and Yukito in 2021, which are Rockman-chan and Rockman-san. Rockman-chan and Rockman-san are online gag comics that tends to bring a different approach to the Mega Man series. Now, Rockman-chan is nothing to write home about. It's just a story about Mega Man during his teenage years with a lot of kid-friendly humor that goes like this. Let's take this guy and let's make it into a chair. That is cute, that is funny. But what I would like to focus on is Rockman-san. This is a story about Mega Man during his adult years, and what I like about it is that it feels more realistic. Their depiction of the robot world feels more aligned with our current reality. You have robots that fill certain tasks in society, but they also have their internal struggles and they're trying to find a purpose in life. And Mega Man acts as this agent that is trying to help these robots find that purpose. But Mega Man is also a dentist on this story. Quite funny, I know. And what I like about this also is that there are kind of a lot of social aspects to the story. Like, there is this social movement that is against robots. Yeah, there is racism in my Mega Man story. Mega Man finally went woke. There's a lot of silly small scenarios in this story, like Top Man trying to become an influencer, but at the end of the episode he gets cancelled. You know, Top Man, you shouldn't have answered those DMs on Discord. You also have this scenario with Woodman where he becomes a god. People are going to temples to pray to robots as if they were gods, and what they're doing is selling merchandising to those people. So yeah, Rockman Sam predicted the Vatican, and apparently Strike Man marry a woman. I mean, I'm not gonna question the logic behind that. We are close to 2025. Now, this manga is not just funny, quirky scenarios. There's also a few topics that are actually really interesting, like existentialism and the meaning of life. And I would say that if you're a fan of Mega Man, you're going to enjoy the manga for the fan service, but you're also going to enjoy it because it's a different approach to the series. It's like they know that most people that were fans of Mega Man when they were a kid, like the original games on the NES, now they're adults, and this story is trying to appeal to that audience. It's like the story itself is growing alongside the audience. I would say that if you're a Mega Man fan, definitely check this one out. So now let's close the video by asking the following question. When will Mega Man make his comeback? Eventually? Now more than ever, there's a lot of demand for the franchise. This is a series that is beloved by so many people, including myself. And I would love to see a brand new entry of the series. Despite its downfalls, Mega Man is a series that experimented with a lot of genres and style. It's a series that was never afraid of taking risks. And as such, I really admire Capcom for what they have done. But if I have one last wish, please Capcom, give us Mega Man 12, Mega Man X9, Mega Man Legends 3, Mega Man Battle Network 7, Mega Man Star Force 4, and Mega Man the Battle Royale. Thank you for making it this far into the video. I know this video was really different from what I have done so far. I just wanted to experiment with a different style. And don't worry, video essays won't go away. I'll do more of them in the future. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment down below. I would like to know your opinion about the Mega Man franchise. What's your favorite game? If you have never played Mega Man, what game caught your interest? Please let me know down below. And also, consider subscribing, as I'm planning to do more cool videos in the future. I also have a social media where you can see updates of videos and other projects. I'm working on a super cool project right now that you might want to see, so definitely check my social media. And thanks a lot for watching the video and for all the support that the channel has gathered in the last few videos. You guys are amazing. Until next time.